Hi, Mike Caldwell here. I assume you're here for one of two reasons. The first reason is probably because you're looking to start your own home-based business. And if that's not the case, then it might be because you already have a home-based business, but you're just not quite doing the volume that you wish you were doing. Now, I have sat through dozens of videos very similar to this, where there's a guy like me sitting in front of a camera who explains to you how, he had nothing, he was living on the streets, borrowing money from his parents, he hit rock bottom, and then he found this one amazing secret. And he's going to share that secret with you at the very end of this presentation. Now, I do not want to waste your time. I don't want you to waste my time in the future. So I'm just going to give you my offer out there, front and center, and then from there I'll explain it. But after I give you my offer, you'll get to decide if you want to continue watching the video or not. First, let me say that if you already have a network marketing business and you already have between 3 and 6 prospects contacting you every day, asking you to join your opportunity, then you're doing fine, just as you are right now. I do between 3 and 6 people contacting me a day asking to join my business, so I probably won't be able to do much better than that. However, you might want to keep watching because I might be able to help you streamline what your process is right now. But anyway, that's just sort of an aside. I don't want to waste your time. If you've already got 3 to 6 people contacting you a day asking to join your business, then you don't need me. But if you don't, then keep watching, and here's the offer. So the offer is I want to set you up with your very own online network marketing business that's turnkey. Okay. So what I mean by that is I want you to be set up in a situation where you just have to just inject yourself into the mechanism that's in place, just push play, and then run with it. Okay. So what that means is I'm going to provide you with your very own website. Okay. It's going to be a website in your particular niche. And as part of that website, I'll set you up with your very own autoresponder. Okay. So what an autoresponder is that's that box over there. Okay. Where you exchange your name and contact information for something of value that you will provide to your prospect. Okay. Now it's great to have a website and it's great to have an autoresponder, but if you don't understand how they work, then it's not going to be of much benefit for you. So the first thing you're going to receive from me is the Health and Wealth Success online study course. Okay. So in that study course, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain how a sales funnel works. Okay. How you broadly spread yourself out there on the net, you draw people to your website, and then you filter them down until you get to that point where 3 to 6 clients are contacting you every day asking to join your opportunity. Okay, that's how a sales funnel works. So in order for that to work, you need to understand on-page search engine optimization. Okay, you have to understand how your website is constructed and how it's built and how Google recognizes it and brings people to that page. You have to understand off-page search engine optimization, or SEO. Okay, so for that you need to understand social media, blogging, article submissions, that sort of thing. Then there's also paid traffic. Okay, you can pay Google and Facebook and some other different sites to send people to your website, and that can't be discounted either. That can be very profitable, but I'm going to explain to you the sites where it's good to spend your money and where you're just going to be throwing your money away. Okay, I'll explain to you how the autoresponders work. I'll explain to you how important copywriting is, how you word your message, where you word your message. Talk to you about explain some of the intricacies of closing a sale when you're talking to a person one-on-one, and I'll also go over team building, what you want to do to support your team and to ensure that they stay with you and they stay part of your opportunity. Okay, so that online study course, that's going to teach you everything you need to know. Okay, and so now you're going to be educated. You're going to have a homepage and you're going to have a autoresponder. Then I'm gonna get on the phone with you, or Skype, or Google Hangout, or however you want to do it, and we'll do a 1-hour marketing plan. Okay, so this is where we'll go over what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, where you want to go with your business, and we'll come up with a strategy for how you will implement everything. Okay, and that telephone call will follow up with a documented presentation. Okay, so you'll be able to follow what you need to do point by point by point. Okay, you're also going to get access as part of this offer to my Health and Wealth Success private Facebook page. Okay, so the only way you can get into this page is if you're part of my team, and this is how you'll primarily communicate with me. If you have a problem in something that you're working on, you just post on Facebook, and with an hour, a couple hours, I'll respond. I'll provide you with that answer. What's great about the Facebook page is that if I'll respond with an answer, but there's other people on the team that they can respond as well. So you'll be able to get maybe a few different options for how you want to approach your problem. Okay, you're going to get a weekly email from me that will just sort of keep you on track. I'm also going to set you up with some software that's going to help you generate and design your autoresponder. I'm going to set you up with software that will help you with your copywriting, and I'm going to give you my multi-million-dollar resource list. And that just has resources that, once you're in possession of this list, you're going to have so many more opportunities for success. Now, that all seems like a huge load of stuff, and it can seem like it's too complicated. It might seem like it's just too much. And if you want to treat your business like a true business, then that's what's involved. But the thing that brought my business from here to here was when I learned about outsourcing. Now, what outsourcing is I've got a virtual assistant who works in the Philippines, and he handles all the tasks that don't directly generate revenue for me. Okay, so let me give you one quick example. A good way of off-page SEO is with article marketing. Okay, so you write an article and then you submit them to the various article submission websites. People see them and they're attracted to your website. Now, it'll take me anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half to write an article. So I'll get up in the morning, I'll write that article, and then I was spending the rest of the day submitting that article. It was just such a slow process for me because every different submission site had its own username and password, and I would have to submit the article. I might have to change a couple things. I would have to retype the description boxes. They're all different. I'd have to resubmit the keywords, and just jump through all their hoops. And it took me literally the rest of the day, and that wasn't valuable use of my time. So now I write the article, boom, I send it to my virtual assistant, and within an hour he's got them all out there and everything all set up, everything's perfect, and he does the job far faster and just far more efficiently than I ever could. So that's one example of how my virtual assistant helps me and makes money for me. Okay, and so what I'm here to do is say that I'm going to set you up with all of this. Okay, everything you need for your website and for attracting people to that website, and I'll also explain to you how you can afford your own virtual assistant. You may not think that you can afford one, but I'll show you how you can. Okay, and that's the deal. So now you can choose if you want to have me explain how it all works more, or you can read all the text that is below here, or you can decide that that's not for you. You like what you're doing. You're just going to keep pounding the bricks and hope that something happens. So make a decision, because we are continuing right now. Okay, well, I'm glad you stayed. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the process and how I got involved with all this. My story starts 2 years ago when I was training for triathlon. I've always been a mid-pack racer, but I wanted to do better 2 years ago, and I thought if I could race lighter, I could race faster. So I found out about this nutrition program from a friend of mine. I started it, my wife started at the same time, and the results that we got from this program were just literally unbelievable. You couldn't believe how much fat we lost, how much more energy we had. I dropped 6 minutes off of my race time. My wife lost dozens of inches. We both just looked so much better. And so what happened is when I went to that race and I knocked 66 minutes off my personal best 10K time, all the guys that have been beating me for years, they came up to me and asked, what are you doing? How did you do that? And so I told them, and they wanted in, so I signed them up into my business. And then my wife, same thing. She went to work. Everybody's seeing her. They're seeing all the weight she's losing. They're just seeing how much more energy she has. Her face is brighter. She looks better. And they all wanted to know what she was doing. So she told them to talk to me, and I enrolled them in my team as well. So before I knew it, I'd grown this huge team, and my company recognized that, and they invited me to go to Las Vegas to go on stage and get this award. So there I was in Las Vegas getting this award. In my opinion, I hadn't really done anything. All I'd done is I'd eaten some really super healthy food, and I'd improved my lifestyle. I helped all these other people get healthy. And the way I did it is I just, I posted my results, my wife's results on Facebook, and they all contacted me saying, oh, I don't know what you're doing, but I want in. It was so easy. So there I was in Las Vegas, had an epiphany. It's like, you know what? Network marketing, this company is my future. But the truth is that while I was getting that award in Vegas, I was also being inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame. And what the NFL is the No Friends Left club. Okay. Now the reality is that regardless of what your product is, about 10 to 15% of the people you know are going to be interested in that product. And you know what? As it worked for me, I was able to hit the ceiling of that 15% because I have about 330 friends on Facebook, something like that. Plus I have, other friends that aren't on Facebook. So, we'll say it's about 400. And 15% of 400 is 60. And I enrolled 60 people. But once I enrolled those 60 people and I exposed my product to those 400 people, I was pretty much done. Still posting stuff on Facebook, but I wasn't getting the contacts. People weren't asking me to join or sign up or what I was doing. It was over. But I'd made this promise, and I had this insight in Las Vegas that the potential in network marketing was just so great. Like you can see the numbers in that graph below, how much money is in the network marketing industry. The compensation for my company is just insanely good. Like I know money can be made. I know we have 100 millionaires in my company. So I know the money's there and I know it can be made. And I was going to be, one of them. So I decided, okay, I just got to get more serious. I can't just, be throwing stuff on Facebook willy-nilly. I've got to have more of a plan. So I started being a little bolder and contacting the people who hadn't enrolled with me already directly. And I wasn't getting a lot of responses from that. And then I was going to all my company's meetings and doing all their weekly talks. And I was learning, you've got to be prospecting. You've got to be selling all the time. So if there's a party, you go to that party and you start talking to people. You ask them, you engage them, you find out what their problems are, and then you provide your solution. Well, that all sounds well and good, but it's really all about sales. So what ends up happening is when you get invited, if you get invited to that party, when you walk through the door, all the people at that party, they just all squish themselves up against the back of the outside wall because they want to stay as far away from you as possible. They do not want to hear your sales pitch again. So I was like, okay, you know what? I got to separate things. I want to keep my friends as my friends. I want to keep my family as my family. Just because I know people doesn't mean they're prospects. So how else can I do this? So a lot of people in my company, they made a lot of money by calling paid leads. So that's something, you go to this website, you buy leads from them, and these theoretically are people who have signed into a forum somewhere because they're interested in your opportunity. You know what? I called these people, and it was just frustrating, and it didn't go anywhere for me. What I was finding is most of the people I was calling, they were very poorly educated people. They were very unemployed or underemployed people, and their expectations were completely unrealistic. Here are people that are living beneath the poverty line at the current time. They want to invest anywhere between $50 and $100 to start up a business. They want to work maybe 5 or 10 hours a week, and they want to earn $10,000 a month. So they want to go from poverty to working 5 hours a week to earning $120,000 a year. It just wasn't realistic, and it was just frustrating. Okay, so I didn't know where to go from there. So I just wiped the slate clean. Said, okay, let's start again. Let's re-examine. So I looked at where I built my team initially, and it was on Facebook primarily. I put my results up on Facebook. I put my before and after pictures on Facebook, put my wife's before and after pictures on Facebook. People saw our results. They contacted me. They asked if they could do what we were doing. So I thought, you know what? If I can do that with the 400 people I know, what if I did that with the 4 million, the 40 million, the 400 million people that are on the internet? And so I started looking that way, and this is where I learned about the sales funnels. So if you've got a really strong website that you can attract people to, what you'll do is you'll start with a basis like this, and you'll filter them down, filter them down, filter them down to the point that you will be getting those 3 to 6 people per day contacting you, asking you if they can join your business. And so that's what I'm doing now, and that's what this offer is all about. If you're interested in having a home-based business where you do the majority of the brain work and the closing the sales, what I like to do is I like to get my virtual assistant to do all this other stuff. Like I said in part of the offer, I'll send you an email every week to make sure you're on track. The truth is I'm not going to send you an email every week. The truth is my virtual assistant is going to send you an email every week. But it's a good email. It's from my brain, so it's good stuff. It's just I don't go through the process of actually having to send it out and spending the time doing that. You'll get your benefit. He gets to keep his job, and I get to keep doing stuff that's going to continue to make me more and more money. Okay, so basically that's the offer that I'm providing. What you need to do now is you need to go over there, and you need to fill in that form, give me your name and your email address. That'll bring you to another page where I'll give you even more information on how this whole process works. Like I say, this is a funnel, this is a filter. So I'm going to lose some of you now. That's okay. If I'm losing, it's because we're not ready for each other right now. But if you stay in, that's great. That means we are closer to being ready for one another. And then at the end, there's going to be a few of you left, and you're going to be perfect. You're going to be perfect for me. I'm going to be perfect for you. I'm going to help you make a whole lot of money. You're going to help me make a whole lot of money, and everybody's going to be happy. All right. So there we go. Fill in that form over there on the right, and find out what the next step is. You're only actually 2 steps away now from having your own website. So let's do it. I hope to see you over there. Okay. Bye-bye.